So we got the popos rolling through again. Now, why do you think the police are going through this road so many times? You know, I've been in areas where it's pretty bad, pretty seedy, and I've never seen the police occupy that area as often and as frequent. But you got this pig rolling down the street, back and forth, rolling over to the Circle K, rolling down the street, rolling over to the Circle K, back in the street. Like, what are you doing? And I'm just asking this hypothetical question because I already know the answer. But for all the retards out there who, you know, eyes are always closed shut, what would be the reason for that? That constant back and forth, that constant up and down, that constant. And the drones flying over my head and shit. Like, what's the point of that? It's just, you know, shit that goes on at night, and nobody even questions this drone shit. Like, nobody even thinks that that's weird, that you got these fucking little tiny airplanes that are being operated by weirdos flying around the sky over your head at night. Like, that shit don't ever make you feel like, what the fuck? But it's surveillance. Why are you being surveilled so fucking heavily with such vigor and, you know, aggressiveness? Like, what am I doing? I'm just, really, I should be in my fucking home asleep is what I should be doing right now. That's what I would be doing right now because I'm a normal person. You know, getting my rest so that I can get up and go to work in the morning, or be doing something productive or something, you know, that would benefit my life. Being healthy, trying to keep my body in a healthy state. That's what I would be doing right now. But because I'm being treated like a fucking enslaved animal, I'm sitting around on outside corners and shit trying to, you know, catch these dirty ass fucking animals who are chasing me around the city with the aim to try to sexually assault me as if I'm some kind of gazelle prostitute. But like I said, when I get that opportunity, I'm not gonna have no motherfucking mercy. I'm gonna make that motherfucker wish he was dead. And while I'm on the subject, I just want to talk about how fucking disgusting men are. And how they are the primary reason for the deterioration of this world that we live in. And how I find it to be so unreal that we call this shit a society when you got motherfuckers walking around with dick and balls who don't have any self-control. And we have a rape epidemic that is unreal. And it doesn't stop with just women and children. We're talking about men, animals. I mean, it really doesn't matter. And people don't realize that these motherfuckers they're not civilized. They're not humane. I mean, what does the Bible say about self-control? And when you lack it, what does that make you? You sure as hell ain't the seed of the holy. That's for sure. You know, I was watching a video one day, I had just bought a new device, and I was able to get like an algorithm suggestion feed for YouTube, and I got this channel of this young guy, this young black guy, who was talking about being gang stalked, and he was talking about how his girlfriend was involved, and they had broken up, and they weren't together any longer, and you know, he was going through the whole motions about who was involved in his gang stalking and blah, blah, blah. And then he started talking about how he believed that this lady, this girl that he had just paid for sex, was involved in his gang stalking too. And then he was like, oh yeah, I know you guys are probably going to try to judge me because, you know, I look at all these high beams at the light. I know you guys are going to probably try to judge me because, you know, I am soliciting prostitutes, but, you know, my girlfriend broke up with me like, you know, she was trying to punish me and make it seem as though I was never going to be able to have the privilege of having sex again. So now I got to go out and you know, pay for it. You have to go out and pay for it. Your girlfriend was punishing you by breaking up with you, and she was doing it because she was trying to make sure that you never have sex again. You hear this shit? And this dude was 24 years old, calling himself an Israelite, when you don't have God sense given to a fucking goose. Sitting up talking about you going out paying for sex, violating some woman. And the girl had to have been young because he was saying, you know, he thought he knew her from a school or something, from school. So you thought you knew this girl from school, and you decided that you were going to go ahead and pay her for sex? Because she was giving it away. You gonna go do it, but you an Israelite. You a religious man. And I'm just being sarcastic because the Bible clearly talks about how the fucked up Israelites were actually out there fucking prostitutes and killing women and raping women and doing all kinds of evil shit. Right there in the Bible. So I'm not making any type of like, oh, you know, this is holy and you're not. Because really, if you got a dick and balls, you don't know anything about holiness. Zero. And I'm not just saying this because of my predicament. I'm just saying it because it's an irrefutable fucking fact. Men are fucking animals. And as I said, look at the resume. Who's been running this world? Since the fall. Who has been running this shit into the fucking ground? I'll fucking wait. Men. Nothing but the all disgusting man. But we'll swear up and down that everything that's going on is the woman's fault. If it ain't the woman's fault, it's the white man. No, motherfucker, it's all men. Like I said, if you got a dick and balls, you are what's wrong with this fucking world. Period. Hands motherfucking down. And I don't give a damn who disagrees with me. Because you just don't fucking matter. But as I said, look at the resume. Yeah, I'm not just sitting here talking shit, honey. You can go look at the resume and see that what I'm saying is all fact. It's all fact. And I love how when these dudes get on YouTube, calling themselves, Israelites and, enlightened, they always have that same vernacular where they're being disrespectful to the woman, blaming her for something, making her feel like, it's her fault that this is happening, or, she needs to make sure she's doing what's right, and you got to be just constantly trying to berate and control women. Like, you have no fucking self-control over your fucking sexual urges, but you trying to tell this woman what to do? You live in a world where if you go to prison and you're a man, you will be fucked in the ass because they don't care. They don't care. They got to have sex because they don't have no fucking self-control. But you still want to sit up and argue, and there will be men who will still sit up and argue what I'm saying is not true. Just because, wait for it, they got a dick and balls. No other reason or explanation but that. Because the reality is, what I'm saying is fact. When you have a race, when you have a gender that will display these kind of animalistic, you don't even see dogs, you don't even see the animal kingdom behaving in this way. But you have, quote unquote, human men acting like this. Sodomizing some man just because, you're locked up for a couple of months and you're going to be away from a woman. This is how your self-control is depleted and non-existent. And if you want to still argue me, okay, so be it. But this is how deranged it gets. A woman has a vagina that, let's just say, for this world's sake and this conversation's sake, that it's made for sex. But then still, this fucking animal wants to have anal sex with her to ruin her body, and to take away the whole aspect of pleasure because he's a fucking psychotic animal. But we don't want to recognize these things. And I've so surpassed the whole mentality of it's some of them. No, the only difference between those who try to act like they're above that or they're not on that level is that the act. The act. They can act like they want to act when they want something, when they want to give the appearance of being human and being civilized and being loving and respectful and being nurturing. But none of those attributes or characteristics exist within them. And it doesn't matter if it's black, white, yellow, orange, pink, red. It does not matter. Again, the moral of this story is, you got a dick and balls, you are a destructive, toxic being, and you have been trying to destroy the woman since she was made. And I just don't think this has been talked about enough. I really, really don't. Just, just something I thought I'd throw out there because, it's just facts.